Learn how to listen for a button click and get the city name entered by the user. In this lesson, we want to learn about how we can listen for search button click. So far, so good. In our weather application, we've been able to added some JavaScript functions that targeted the IDs of our HTML elements. But if you look at what we currently have now, if I enter a city name, let's say London, and click on search, the search button doesn't do anything yet. So in this lesson, we are going to make it listen for a click. And when it is click, JavaScript will read the value inside the input read here. It will store it in a variable and display it on the page. So for now, we are only going to display the city name to confirm that the button and input are working correctly. So let's move into our JavaScript code, and after this last line of selecting ID, let's make use of add event listener and attach it to our search button so that we can successfully display these results on the web page. So let's call on the search button variable search button dot add event listener. And the kind of event you want this to watch out for is a click event, that is clicking on that search button, and then we'll pass it the name of our function, though we are going to make the function separately. But let's say the name of our function is going to be search weather. So let's now go ahead and make that function itself. Function search weather. And inside this function, let's make a variable and let's call it city. And then we'll use this to capture whatever is typed inside our input box using the value property. So what I've basically done here is that you see this city input. It is the variable that is holding the ID of our search box here. So this is what I'm calling here. And I'm using a property from JavaScript called value in order to capture whatever value is typed inside it. So once I have this, then I can just call where I want the value to display. So my city here, yes. So this is my city, which is this variable here, has a city name as its variable that is holding the ID of that particular p tag. So I'll call on that and use text content in order to display whatever is stored inside this city. So I'll make this and call it plus city. But now this is not going to actually work if I click on search, and that is because looking at my code, I think there are some discrepancies that we need to fix. So let's start looking at those things and quickly fix them. The number one thing is, let us first confirm that this ID matches what we have in our HTML. So for city, now it has an ID of city name. So let me update that to no, sorry. The first one is the input. So let's check the input. Okay, it has an ID of city. This is correct. Now, for the city itself, let's look at that. So that city has a city name. And does it correspond? Oh yeah, that's fine. And what else? I think that's about it. But right now, this still won't work. And that is because if you look at my code here, there's an error here. It is actually window on load, not window only. So let me go ahead and give it a try this time. And now you can see London. It's being printed on the screen. So now we are beginning to make our weather app interactive. And we just basically add an add event listener to the search button. And whenever this button is clicked, JavaScript just call our search weather function. And inside that function, we use the value property to read whatever the user typed into the input using the city input.value and store it in the city variable. And finally, we update the city paragraph using the text content.